This episode of Is This Adulting is brought to you by our Patreon supporters. We want to say a big thanks to new supporters Jessica M. and Stacy L., as well as increasing supporters Amanda H. and Sydney C. We really, really appreciate it. If you'd like to join the giving family and get bonus content, such as weekly bonus episodes and quarterly meetups virtually, you can head over to patreon.com/isthisadulting. Thanks. Hey everybody, and welcome to Is This Adulting, the mental health comedy podcast you never knew you needed. I'm your best friend and resident buff boy. I'm Stephen Pappas.
And I guess am I the scrawny boy? Am I like the sidekick?
Yeah.
So, and I'm your scrawny kid, Christopher G.
That's my buddy. You're not scrawny though.
I mean, maybe not super scrawny, but like I'm by no means buff.
Like if we were in a fight, like I would win.
Yeah. Most people would win in a fight with me.
Accurate. Anyway, speaking of people that would beat us in a fight, we have another best friend with us this week. She is an actor, fitness professional, and vlogger. You know her as the voice of Tamika Flynn on Welcome to Night Vale and the host of Good Morning Night Vale along with Hal Lublin and Meg Bashwinter. Please welcome Symphony Sanders to the show. Hey, Symphony.
Hi. How's it going, guys?
Good. Thanks for joining us.
It's going great.
Thank you.
So if I'm scrawny and he's buff, Symphony, what are you? Are you somewhere in between? Or are you buffer than both of us? Probably so.
I'm probably buffer than both of you. I'm very strong. I don't know. We haven't had a arm wrestling yet, but soon, and I will defeat you both.
I am confident
get a Facebook Live of you arm wrestling at PodCon?
Yes, totally.
I'm confident that we could both simultaneously be on one side against you, and you would still win easily.
We'll have to find out.
I have no problem admitting that I'm a truly fragile human being, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah, that's okay. You know what? That is just one state of being that you have. It's not necessarily where you have to stay for the rest of your life. So
I guess that's true. Yeah.
It's a journey.
That was moving and inspirational. Anyway, we're going to get into everything in just a second, but before we do, hey, do you want to tell people where they can find you on the interwebs and or your home address?
Oh, definitely not my home address, but the rest of it
Fair.
For sure, because I'm basically from the internet. You can find me on Instagram or Twitter at Symphony Sanders. You can also listen to my podcast, Good Morning Night Vale, that comes out every Thursday with myself, Meg Bashwinter, and Hal Lublin. And occasionally on Welcome to Night Vale. You know, guys, I live in a city, and someone decided to play saxophone right now outside my window. Can you hear it?
Oh my gosh, is that what that is? That is the most. That is amazing.
I don't even know how to I don't know how to find this person or track them down, but it's driving me a little bananas.
We're in North Carolina, and
no saxophones.
Yeah, they don't have saxophones. Actually, I'm trying
They're
to picture
banned?
one.
Apparently, so.
Yeah, everything here is just banjos and mandolins. Yeah, they banned saxophone because here in North Carolina, they're really not a fan of anything blowy or any way like that. It's really weird.
Anything that reminds them of Bill
blowy.
Blowy. I think of windy.
Phallic.
Oh, I see. I thought it would be because it would remind them of Bill Clinton.
That might be
possible.
very confusing for North Carolina
possible.
legislators.
Can I just say though, I really want to think that in this moment, whoever is that secret stranger out there playing the sax this is like a romantic gesture to you, that they saw you from somewhere across the gym and said, "This is time for me to truly show." That forever I want her to beat me in an arm wrestling match. And I think this is what I think you're missing your chance for true love, whoever it is out there.
You know what? I'm going to miss it because this is not the way. Saxophoning at me outside my window, especially anytime I'm recording, will get you yelled at. Will get you straight up yelled at. I've had to go to my neighbors a couple of times. I call my neighbor upstairs Stompy.
Stompy.
And just be like, yeah. And I just have to explain to them, I'm like, this is my job, so can you like be quiet for like an hour?
Symphony,
because they're just like full on. Yeah, go ahead.
Can I give you a piece of wisdom?
Oh, please.
It is okay that you call your neighbor, your upstairs neighbor, Stompy. However, if you tell the person outside and call them Saxy, they may misinterpret what you're saying, and they're
definitely going to misinterpret.
Yeah, and so I think I just want to make sure. Like, I love adding Y to the end of things. However, I realized I was about to call him Saxy and went, oh wait, like I don't know who this is. I should not do that.
I did just Google Saxy.
Yeah.
Just to see what happened.
Oh, God, what happened? What came up?
There's a song called Saxy by Peter Sax. But more importantly, there's Urban Dictionary. And Urban Dictionary tells us that Saxy means someone who plays saxophone well, plays a sexy saxophone, or is sexy and plays the saxophone well.
Wow.
Honestly,
have you guys seen?
That's a pretty great word.
Have you seen the movie The Lost Boys?
Like Kiefer Sutherland Lost Boys?
Yes. Okay. When they're at the concert, they go to a concert, and that's where like they're like he's getting like sucked into it, and like he sees the girl and all that stuff. It's a concert at that carnival or whatever, and that guy, he's like really buff and he's blonde. Go back, find that scene. And it's I can't remember the words, but he's like singing this terrible song, and then he does this like sax solo. It's iconic, and I'm gonna send you a gif of it. So
okay.
Oh, I really hope you
prepare
do.
yourself.
The most iconic like concert scene from my youth would have been Protozoa performing in Xenon, Girl of the 21st Century. So I feel like it's a little different than Lost Boys. I don't know.
Yeah. Very
different movies.
I think if you bring it into the current time period, in Born This Way, the Lady Gaga song, there's a saxophone solo in that. And I like every part of the song except for that part.
You said Born This Way. I was thinking of the movie, which is it's not called that, but I've been calling it that, is the movie with Lady Gaga.
A Star Is Born.
Yes, For Unto Us a Star Is Born. That one. That's the one. I'm trying to get festive for the season, y'all.
I love it.
Oh gosh.
Happy ho ho holidays, by the way.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, well to you. Oh my goodness. Well, we should probably talk about mental health a little bit. So we are going to start this week off just like we do every week with a mental health check-in. Christopher Tyler Grimmett, how you doing this week?
So I feel like
that was a pregnant pause.
It was one of those things where I was going to respond, but I was trying to figure out how to respond, and then I realized it was a pause, and I go, well, this is a good reflection, but also the longer I pause, the more it sounds really bad, and so it was almost like an inception moment of it was both pausing, and I was thinking about the pause, and I was thinking about you thinking about the pause. So so I appreciate you following me in that unimportant tangent in that moment. But
sure, anything for you, baby.
Overall, I would say I'm doing. I would say personally, I'm doing pretty well. While simultaneously, it seems there are a lot of people around me, at work, friends, family, that are going through stuff, and this is a wide variety of things, from for some people who have been listening in the past just to the podcast, they know that for the last couple weeks I've been unfortunately dealing with the loss of a few family friends that I and many people in my life were very close to. So that's part of it, but it's more than just that, and I don't know how much of it has to do with it's the stress of this season, which for many different people, for 1,000 different reasons, whether it's family or gifts or whatever it might be, this can be like a whole lot of shit. Let's just say that, and so I feel like lately, my desire to help and be a support for people in my life has left me in particular feeling very overwhelmed and helpless simultaneously. It's almost become like a running joke with a friend of mine at work where he'll ask, like, how are you doing? And I've been saying, like, I'm well. Unfortunately, a lot of people around me aren't, which in return is kind of also, that's kind of what has been just navigating my thoughts a lot. And the part that also sucks too, I know that y'all can imagine this, is when you're tired and you're trying to be a good, insert word here, friend, significant other, family member, coworker, whatever it might be, your natural inclination is to already kind of be a little bit snappier and have a little less patience. And so trying to find that balance is already difficult as is,
right.
Of saying, man, I don't want to be an ass right now, but I feel less patient than usual, but I'm also trying to support people. And so it's just you end up playing like 3 different scenarios in your head at the same time when you're just trying to be present. So I am myself doing decently well while also trying to find that balance of how am I taking care of myself while also, trying to take care of people in my life that I care about. So overall, well, but just feeling a little extra tired lately from emotionally trying to support other people. So Symphony, how about you? How has this week been for you?
Normally I would say great, because I try and make the best out of most things, because I'm a pretty positive, optimistic person even when things are challenging. But this week has been especially challenging because my dad had a stroke on Thursday.
Oh no.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, so that was pretty insane. But he's good. He's as good as you could be for having a stroke. Thankfully, they were able to helicopter him to a hospital that has one of the best neurological team in the area and in this part of the country. And they were able to get the clot out of his brain before a lot of major damage was done.
Wow.
And he was able. Did you know they do that while you're awake?
What?
Yeah, they don't. You don't go under, because anytime they do something with your brain, they want to make sure that they're not basically lobotomizing you, or there's not something else happening.
It's terrifying.
Yeah, so he was awake the whole time, and he told me about
What's
it.
he doing?
Because he's. What do you mean?
So what's he doing during that?
He's laying there on the table.
Playing Legend of Zelda.
I mean, that was my thought. I was
only-
like, do they get to play Candy Crush or like watch like HGTV
No.
or something? Just something
No,
to get your mind
he
off
said
it?
he could see the screen that they were looking on, because they use like
no.
they use it like a robot. They like have a robot like go in there and like it goes through a vein in your leg and like the femoral artery, and it goes all the way up into your brain, and they suck the clot out from his brain.
Nope.
Whoa.
Nope.
And yeah,
This
I
is
know
how robots take over.
Science is crazy. Well, a person was controlling it. To be fair, so they're not. It's
But
not
a robot was controlling
total
that person.
Skynet.
Right.
Yes,
that's what I thought.
that person was a robot. Totally Skynet. So yeah, they sucked the clot out of his brain, and thankfully he didn't lose any speech, or he can use both of his arms.
Wow.
He was walking like the next day because of this like really amazing surgery that they did, and the fact that they were able to catch it in time that it didn't do as much damage. I mean, obviously he's going to need some speech therapy because he's got a little slurring, but all in all, this is the best result that you could expect from that sort of thing. But it's thrown a wrench into our holiday because we had planned to go on vacation. We had a family vacation planned and all this stuff, and we were just like, oh yeah, we're gonna have this lovely time. And then we all got really scared for a few days, and I feel better now that I've seen him and hung out with him and stuff like that. But it's scary, because then you start thinking about your own mortality and your parents' mortality and what that means. And I'm very close with my family. I know a lot of people are not, but my family is very close. So it's been a real challenge to try to be quote unquote normal all week. while continuing my job and clients and working and, facing people and doing holiday parties and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Because, my mom was like, I want you to keep going with everything you're doing. He's okay. Everything's okay. And they expect him to make a full recovery. It's just a crazy thing that happened that just made me think about the reality of the shortness of our lives. Or potential shortness of our lives. Because if it had waited more like an hour or two, like if my mom hadn't gotten home the time that she got home and found him, we could have been having a very different conversation.
Gosh. Well, I'm just incredibly glad that everything has happened the way it has, and that science is both amazing and freaky simultaneously.
Right.
But that's so awesome. I mean, I'm really glad that everything is working out. And is the plan to see the family over the holiday break at all?
Yeah. Yeah, my family lives in the Chicagoland area. So, my parents do. My brother moved to the West Coast recently. And we were going out there to visit him. And so he's coming here instead. But thank you very much. I appreciate that. And
of course,
one thing that I found is like my online family, which is basically where I'm from, the internet, has been so supportive of me because I couldn't keep it from everybody for that long. And I just wanted to let people know why I probably wasn't returning messages or anything like that. I'm not just an asshole. It's so things have been just going on, and everybody's been extraordinarily helpful and with support and sending their love and healing light and all those things. So I am more than appreciative of that.
Awesome. Well, I'm glad that you're going to be able to celebrate, and the family's going to be together. So,
yeah.
Steven, how about you? What's going on this week?
I'm doing good. I have chosen to, rather than fight the stress that is this season right now in work and things like that, rather than fight the stress, I'm just going to embrace the stress and live in the stress and let the stress control me, but only for so long. I'm going to let it in for just a little bit, because oddly that is better than me trying so hard to fight it and not succeeding.
Sure.
I have been doing better. I have on and off days. Tonight was not a great night prior to this, but at the same time, I have been doing better. I told everybody last week, I believe, that effective immediately because of the ER visit and some doctor's orders, I was a pescatarian. Some other doctor's orders, now I'm not. So they're all switching me around, y'all. So the good news is I'm back on the meat. Bad news is my body's very confused.
Yeah. Who was this doctor? Dr. Pepper?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I was wondering.
Yes, it was.
Like I said, I like the sound of that doctor better.
Yes, it was Dr. Pepper. Weird how many Pepsi products that she urged me to consume, but
it's almost as if she was sponsored or something.
I know.
Right? But I've been doing good. I had therapy this morning. That's always good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Dude, I love the therapy, y'all. It's good stuff. Like, if you haven't been to get you some of that therapy. Like, it's amazing. So yeah, it's been good. I can't really complain. I'm excited because Christopher.
Yeah.
The season is upon us.
Oh my gosh, it is. It's kind of crazy to think,
tomorrow.
but it's the truth.
Tomorrow is the first day of Jingle Time.
We need to explain to Symphony what Jingle Time
what's
as
Jingle
well
Time?
as our many
probably
friends.
should.
Yeah.
So Jingle Time is, and this is actually part of my mental health checking because I'm really excited about it. Jingle Time is an annual event. It is a holiday free of race, religion, creed, all of that. Essentially, it's a poor man's candle nights. And it is just a holiday for everyone in the Is This Adulting community and beyond to celebrate. And so for the next 12 days, starting tomorrow, our listeners will be receiving an episode a day until the first of the year.
Yes.
Whoa.
We sat down together.
Rocking
we recorded
into
them
New
all
Year's
in one
Eve,
sitting.
so to speak.
Yeah, it is. It's gonna be wild. So I'm excited for those to finally come out. We recorded them about a month ago, and I've been working on them, and it's exciting. It's a fun time.
There's some fun
I'm
ones
also
too.
excited.
We're kicking off
there's
with
so many fun ones.
We'll just give you a little bit of a. You can tell I've watched some Top Chef recently. We're gonna kick off a little bit of an amuse bouche, so to speak, and give you a taste.
Yes.
Symphony. We watched a very powerful Christmas movie. That's pretty much about seduction and ghost and Christmas.
What? Like
Yes.
the ghosts of Christmas, future, past, and present, or no?
Kind
Sort of.
but
Are people having sex with the ghosts?
It is implied, yes.
it's implied, not seen, but implied.
Chris and
let's
I
say-
were in
let's
our
say
minds
this-
because he's a fine ghost.
Let's say Casper's not the only friendly ghost. Let's just say it that. So that we're gonna kick everything off with that. So that's just a little amuse bouche to let everybody know how we're starting off the Jingle Time season with some good old
You
romance.
really like that word, huh?
Know what we need?
I like
we need the saxy player, to come and play for us for the first episode to really set that
He'll be
mood
around.
right.
He'll be around, I'm sure. Well, as always, if you have a mental health check-in you'd like to share or an idea of how we can encourage you throughout the week, we will remind you we are not professionals. But you can email us over at isthisadultingpod@gmail.com. And of course, if you are in need of help, you can contact a mental health professional, please. Or if you are in crisis, contact the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. So, before we get into our game for this week, do I need to talk to you real quick, Symphony.
Yeah.
So, as I was researching you, because of course I did, I just
Using
thought it was
old Google?
interesting. Yeah,
Yes.
Whoa, hold on. What's happening?
Careless whispers.
Saxy, get out of here. Oh, gosh, y'all. I'm very sorry about him. He's
Saxy's going crazy.
I know. I am watching a very weird, video of George Michael, when I played that. It was very bad. But, so I need to talk to you, Symphony.
Please, let's
Because
talk.
as I researched you, because that's what I do to all of my best friends. And clearly we are that now.
Of course.
As I researched you, I saw a word describing you.
Okay.
And I want to talk about that word real quick before we get into the game. Aerialist.
Oh, yeah.
I saw a lot of places telling me that you are an aerialist. Mm-hmm. Now, my question to you is, what do I have to do to become an aerialist? Because I'm a big boy.
Okay.
But I have no muscles.
That's how you get muscles, though.
Okay.
If you think about it. I always tell people this. They're like, well, I'm not strong enough. I need to work out before I come and take an aerial class. And I'm like, no, actually, you can't prepare for it. You just have to do it. And you're going to feel exhausted and tired, and it's going to hurt, and it's going to suck. But then one day it's not. And you won't have as many bruises. Actually, North Carolina has a great circus scene. I don't know where exactly you are in North Kakalaki.
Charlotte.
Okay. I know, outside Asheville, there's a couple of circus places, but a lot. It's been spreading all over the country, and you can even get started while doing aerial yoga, and that's a great place, even just to work on your breathing and work on sustaining yourself and just getting used to the feeling of something squeezing the life out of you, because that's kind of what happens when you do aerial. I have to explain that to people a lot. So yeah, I've been an aerialist for about 10 years. I started doing it as another fitness thing for me to do. And then I realized that it could be another creative expression for myself through a physical form. So I started doing it, and honestly, and at that point I had been a fitness professional for over 10 years, and I felt super embarrassed the first few times I took class. I couldn't get upside down. I felt like muscles that I hadn't felt in a very long time. And it's just because you use them in a different sequence.
Right.
And so I would encourage everyone to do it, and do it at your own pace, and just keep going back. It might take you 8 to 10 weeks to get comfortable, but like you're going to be able to do more than you were able to do on the first day. And that is, I think, part of the benefit of doing fitness, is that it's a journey and not a destination.
How hurt am I going to be if I fall?
Oh, you probably not at all, because they usually have mats, like what we call them crash mats.
Oh, no. I don't want that.
You're not going to crash. They're just called crash mats.
No, I don't want to do it with the mat. That's
no. That
I want to do it over
that
concrete.
Is safe. Yeah, so you can just bust your brains completely out.
Mm-hmm.
No, that is actually, if you go to a studio and they really don't have mats, I would walk quickly away from that place.
Okay.
Even as a professional, having done this for years and years and years, I always work with a mat, just because, especially if you're trying something new, you want to make sure that you're going to be as safe as possible. Nobody wants you to walk out of the class broken. Do we want you to walk out challenged? Do we want you to walk out, maybe you're going to be sore for the next 2 to 17 days? Yes.
Oh, wow.
No, I'm just kidding. It'll be like 2 to 3 days, and then you'll be like, whoo, okay, I'm fine. Because it's just a different thing. It's a different grip strength. You'll feel it probably in your hands, in your forearms, and if you do silks or a hammock, you'll probably feel it around the parts. Anything that has touched your body, that is probably where you'll feel it. So my main apparatus is a Lyra. It's an aerial hoop. It's steel, hollow steel. And so any place you roll over it, usually behind your knees, on your thighs, on your hips and back, and then on the backs of your arms, you'll usually have a little bit of bruising, but that goes away as your nerves start to desensitize. Not completely, you're not deadening your nerves, but you are, your body just won't create that reaction, because that's all it is. It's your brain, and your body is like, this is new, and then you get like, your body creates that reaction of bruising or whatever. But once your body has already done that a few times, you won't get that as much.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And now I know, and knowing's half the battle.
That's right.
I'm excited to try it. I'm not going to try it. Let's be honest. I'm
you
a big
should.
old wuss.
Well, here's the thing that I would challenge you with. Go to an aerial yoga class, because those are only about a foot off the floor, a foot to 2 feet off the floor. So even if you needed to put your feet down or put your hands down, and generally you do, like throughout the class, it just helps to assist with stretching and things like that. It can get you into places that you might not be able to get to on your own. Do you know what I mean? Like, you might not be able to hold downward facing dog or do a handstand, but you'd be able to do it with your legs wrapped up in the silks.
Yeah, well, I can't do a brisk walk. So, I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens. But
well, start with a brisk walk and briskly walk to your nearest aerial studio and try it out.
Okay, maybe that'll be like a Patreon reward tier or something.
Next time I'm in North Kakalaki, maybe I'll drag you to some.
Yes, that's the thing. One day I'm going to make a bet with listeners, and people know that I hold to it, because I made a bet about Patreon once, and now I have a tattoo on my arm because of it.
What?
Yep. I don't dick around here. I am dedicated. So maybe one day.
Actually, wait. We're going to be at PodCon.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah, baby.
I don't.
What?
I
can't.
I don't know.
You're doing it.
We'll see what happens.
We'll see what our schedules look like.
That's my nightmare. I'm gonna fall and die. Anyway, well, we're gonna take a quick break, but we'll be right back with more Is This Adulting? Hey everybody, Steven here, breaking in with your weekly podcast recommendation. So this week I'm recommending Household Name. If you haven't listened to this show, you know, it's a business podcast, and I never thought I would be into that. It's a podcast from Business Insider that kind of tells the untold stories and really quirky, interesting stories from the history of different companies that we all know and love some of. It's very interesting. It has made me feel things emotionally that I wasn't expecting. It has made me laugh so hard that I really didn't think I would be able to recover, especially laughing at a business podcast kind of shocked me. So definitely check it out. It's called Household Name. It is on Stitcher and Stitcher Premium usually, but it has started to come over to Apple Podcasts as well. So check it out. It's a really fun time, and we are going to get back into it. Things got a little weird here. Chris disappeared. I don't know where he went. Oh gosh. Back to the show? All right, welcome back to Is This Adulting? We're here, at least some of us. So, long story short, you know, Symphony and I almost called you Tamika.
A lot of people do.
Oh gosh.
But I'm a person. I'm a person too.
You're more than just your character. I'm sorry. Oh gosh. So Symphony and I have just been chatting for the last 15 minutes because all hell has broken loose at Christopher Grimmett's house. At least internet-wise. I should preface that. Internet-wise, everything is bad. He said he thinks his whole neighborhood may have blown or gone out. He disappeared. And so Chris will not be with us for the second half of the show, which unfortunately means there's not going to be a game this week. And I'm really, really, really sad about it. Because I knew the game he had planned. It was going to be exciting. So this means that we're going to have you back, Symphony. Sometime when the internet's going. Because there's no game. That's right. No game. I'm such a cheesy, I
love the sound.
I have this weird little, app that has, 6 sounds. And I just walk around all the time. I walked into my staff meeting the other day and just went
Oh, that's my favorite, the air horn.
Oh yeah, you gotta do the rap horn sometimes. It's the best. But yeah, so we're not gonna have a game this week, which is a bummer. But we are gonna talk. So the topic for this episode pertains specifically to you, Symphony. And when we were chatting, we were you're like, let's talk about fitness? Question mark. And I was like, that sounds amazing because I know nothing about fitness. Because if you look at me, you'd be like, yeah, you're right. Yeah, I'm not a very fit person, and everyone always tells me, hey, if you exercise and take better care of yourself, then you'll feel better, and it can help with mental health in a lot of ways. So
yeah,
let's chat. So you are a fitness professional.
Yes.
What does that mean?
What the hell does that mean? Well, for the past 20 years, yes, I have been in the fitness industry. I am a group exercise instructor. I teach multiple formats like Zumba and boot camps and high intensity interval training and aqua and yoga, Pilates, all sorts of formats. And then I'm also a personal trainer. I've been doing that for the last 12 years. And, it's part of my daily life, but it's not part of everyone in the world's daily life, especially in America. And that can be a challenge for some people. And really, it's, people not be able to find time or whatever. People think you always have to go to a gym. But I'm here to tell you, you don't have to do that. You don't have to pay the high gym rates. If you don't want to, you can do some workouts at home, do some workouts with your family. And these things can always help your mental health and your outlook on life. Lots of studies have shown that exercise increases your endorphins, which are those little feel-good jobbies that really help you out and can help with depression and that negative self-talk that people can get, especially around this time of year when it's cold and depressing outside.
Right.
So I like to encourage people to try for at least 3 days a week, 20 minutes a day, 20 minutes plus a day. Obviously, the more the better. Like, you don't have to do 2 hours a day, but like I think anywhere from 20 minutes to an hour is plenty of time for you to get some exercise in that's going to help you have a different outlook, because you do really feel good. It sucks while you're doing it sometimes, and that's what discourages people, but that feeling afterwards, that feeling of release, that feeling of the little high that you get from that can be addictive, number one, but it's also good for your outlook on life. And you'll start seeing other health benefits included in that. I know in my family, there's a high instance of high blood pressure, cholesterol, heart problems, things like that.
Are we related?
Right? I feel like every person that's from the South has these same things. Because boy, do I love biscuits and cheese.
Right.
It's so good. It's just good.
Put them together. That's what I'm saying.
Oh my goodness. A dinner biscuit. I know.
I mean,
so
you're from the South?
Well, my family is from the South. Both of my sides of my family are from Alabama and Tennessee, respectively. So I have those roots. And so I grew up with eating grits and cornbread and greens and all, and I'm black. So like, I grew up with like eating ribs and stuff like that. Like, and I like full meals. Like I want a meat and a potato and a vegetable and a bread, and some wine,
That's a good night. Like
that's a full meal, baby. That's a full package, and that's what I like. But I have to do things that counteract those things. And so many people in our country, and that's why we have an obesity crisis in our country, partially because fat tastes good, y'all.
Yeah, it does.
It tastes real good, and I'm not telling you to not eat that. Maybe not eat it every day, or maybe just do one of those things instead of all of those things. But if you incorporate some daily activity, and it doesn't have to be a regimented, I do 15 push-ups, I do this many crunches. It could just be you going for a walk with your wife, or going for a bike ride with your kids, or, playing catch in the backyard, or throwing a frisbee around, or going to play with your dog. Things like that can help you keep an active lifestyle and keep some of those negative feelings and negative body effects away. Yeah, it's really pretty amazing.
So you're saying that the fact that in the last 2 weeks I have laid on the couch and binge watched 3 seasons of 24 is probably not helping with my physical fitness.
Probably not. That will not help with your physical fitness. But I also love to binge watch shows.
Right.
So here's what I do when I find myself watching. If I'm going to watch more than 2 or 3 episodes, because they're each like 45 minutes or so to an episode, I'll do things in between. So I'll be like, okay, I can watch this whole episode, but then I have to do 15 minutes worth of exercise. So that could mean I'm doing laundry. That means I'm going up and down stairs, things like that. Or I need to go for a walk, get away from that screen time just for a little bit, and then I can go back.
Okay.
because I've definitely been there too, especially when you have a day off and you're like, oh, I'm just tired. You're tired from the week. You just want to relax. So you just plop down on the couch. Instead, maybe do a little bit of that, but then incorporate something that's a little bit more physical. I'll even tell people, if you're watching regular TV, which I don't do anymore because I cut the cord a million years ago. I do all the streamings.
Oh, yeah. Me too.
Yeah. If you're watching TV, regular television with commercials, or Hulu, because that shit has commercials too, during the commercial breaks, do an activity. Maybe you just do standing squats. Maybe you do a wall sit. Maybe you just like do some high knees in place. Something like that. It'll just get your blood flowing a little bit more, and you won't feel so sedentary.
You just said a lot of words. That mean
How many did you
nothing.
understand? Okay.
Standing squat. Okay, so I know how to do a wall sit, and I can last for about 30 seconds before my body goes, no thank you. Do
30 seconds, stand up, shake your legs out, and do it again.
Here's the thing. So, speaking of how mental health can influence your fitness, just like fitness can influence your mental health. So, I feel like so often when we talk about it, we talk about like, hey, you know what makes your mental health better? Exercise and being better. But so often we don't talk about, you know what makes exercising hard? Being depressed.
Yeah.
And so like, for instance, I used to, let's see, what did I do? A few years ago, I was doing, 20 minutes of yoga in the morning, 100 crunches, 50 push-ups, bunch of wall sits, jumping jacks, free weights, and then I would run for 45 minutes.
That's awesome.
And
a lot.
Yeah, I would do that 5 days a week and then take off Saturday and Sunday. Mm-hmm. And I was doing real good with that. I was dropping weight. Mm-hmm. Things were good. And as most of you know, listening to the show, and Symphony, you know, because we just talked about it briefly during the break, while I was exercising, actually, is when I got the call that my father had passed away.
Yeah.
And so for a while, like, even the thought of exercising, like, brought that feeling back.
Mm-hmm.
And then when something like that happens, or not even something like that happens, a lot of us, when we're depressed, we just deal with depression. And it doesn't have to have a rhyme or reason. It just appears. And the last thing I want to do is get up and exercise.
Right.
I want to lay there and watch an entire season of something and pretend that I don't exist. Which sounds really, I was going to say depressing, but of course we're talking about depression.
Right.
But like, I mean, that's just like, that's what you want to do sometimes. And so it goes both ways, it feels like. And so I'm trying to figure out right now, for me, my journey is, how do I get that motivation to be better? And unfortunately for me, for those of you that listened to last week's episode, I ended up in the ER 2 weeks ago. And It ended up being like the biggest panic attack ever. But I was convinced I was having a heart attack. They actually kind of thought I had at first. And that scared the shit out of me.
Yeah.
Especially with my family history. Because like I've said it on the show before, it's like my grandfather died at 42 of a heart attack.
Wow.
My dad at 62. And so, I mean, you know, if we keep going that way, I should make it to 82.
82, that's easy.
That's the goal. But, you know, like with that on my mind, like it kind of fucked with me.
Right.
And it made me like really scared. And that's actually pushed me to try to do something different. And while I have the motivation, I haven't actually had the discipline to go do it. So for me, I'm in that space. And I'm trying to figure out how do you find that motivation? How do you get going? Because I'm sure even you being a fitness professional, there are times that you're not going to want to go do that.
Oh, there's definitely, and I can even pinpoint times in the past 2 years that I have gone through times where I'm like, I couldn't muster up the energy or the want to go to even leave the house. So that's not uncommon. But I would suggest and encourage you to set small goals for yourself. It doesn't have to be, oh, I'm going to do that same routine that I was in a few years ago, that where you were like at your peak performance.
Right.
I would suggest doing small things that are, and don't like set a manageable goal. It's like, okay, today, if I go outside or I exercise for 15 minutes, that's enough. And by exercise, again, that could be something as simple as I'm just going for a walk outside. Okay. Maybe just take the dog for a walk, and that's enough for today. And eventually you'll get used to that, and then you'll be able to expand on it.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? So like take it in bite-sized, manageable chunks. And if that's just like, okay, I'm going to get up, go to the mailbox, and maybe I'll try and do some lunges on the way back to the door, or maybe I'll run back to the door so that I can shut myself back inside. But that's something. That's more than nothing.
Yeah. And see, I've always been kind of a like an all or nothing.
So many
person.
People are.
And so like if I'm not like busting my ass and okay, for instance, in college, over the course of a year, I dropped about 100 pounds. I ate better, even though I probably was not eating enough. Mm-hmm. But I did eat better. I ran 5 miles a day, every day. Didn't take any breaks, which is why I blew my knee out. Didn't take any rest days for most of a year. I don't think I really took any rest days. And
you probably overtrained and ended up injuring yourself.
Yeah, and I 100% believe that that's why my shins are so bad when I run, and that's why my knee blew out. And it's just I pushed myself so hard, and having done that and having been in that place where finally I was fit, it's almost like if I'm not doing that, then my brain tells me I'm not doing well. I'm not doing enough, Right, and your brain is wrong. your brain is wrong. It usually is.
It's the same thing when people talk to me about their diet or their nutritional plan. They're like, oh, well, I was so bad, so I said screw it, and then I just ate whatever I wanted. And that's not the way to go about it. You have to look at it's hard to say this, like, just look at the positive side. It's like, no, it's look at the little things that you did do, instead of looking at all the things you couldn't or that weren't available to you today. And if you think about it like that, it's not available to me today. Mm-hmm. Like I'm not able to run 5 miles today, but what was I able to do? I walked around for 30 minutes outside. That's not nothing.
Fair.
Right? I didn't drink today. That's not nothing. Mm-hmm. I tried to eat well today. That's not nothing. So take those little things, and then maybe I think journaling is a way for you to see yourself realistically and not the way you're talking to yourself in your head. Because we talk to ourselves in our head and we're like, well, I'm such a loser. I can't do this or that or this or that. So that means I'm not doing anything. And it's like, no. Okay. Maybe I walked 20 minutes today. Okay. You do that a couple days a week. Okay, great. You did that Monday and Wednesday of this week. Next week, maybe you do 3 days of that. That's an improvement on the time before. So you have to take those little victories, and even on the days when you're like, I just couldn't find it in myself to do it, that doesn't mean that tomorrow can't be that day for you.
Right. I just, Yeah. See, I'm the person that's like, if I didn't run long enough, or I didn't break a sweat, or I wasn't like dead tired, then I didn't exercise enough. So I'm glad to hear you say those things.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't be so hard on yourself.
I'm very good at being hard on myself.
And so many of us are. But you have to be as kind to yourself as you would be to someone that you knew was struggling. We're so mean to ourselves. We say all these negative things. We put all these things in our mind what you can't do, and it needs to be the opposite. And it might not. You're not going to change it overnight. You're not going to change that negative self-talk overnight. But if you maybe find one thing that you're grateful for, one thing that you're proud of yourself for every day, that might help put you on that path to forgiving yourself or giving yourself a little slack.
I'm gonna need you to write a book. Because you're like throwing down some like Brene Brown shit on how to better love yourself.
Yeah.
And that is something I'm very much not good at. So essentially what I'm saying is, Symphony, I'm going to need you to be my fitness sponsor.
All right. It's what I do. It's how I've been working for years and years. And I as a young trainer, as a young fitness person, I know I was like hardcore all the time, like push it, challenge yourself. But then I've met so many people from so many different walks of life, and so many things that are different and available to other people that you have to adjust your brain to understand where people are in their daily life. And everyone is different. Everyone has different challenges. And I think the best thing that you can do for yourself is be forgiving and encouraging and loving to yourself. And that's easier said than done. And it's an everyday process. So I say, again, take it one day at a time. And I know you can do it. I believe in you.
So everyone listening, this is episode 89, in case you just want to bookmark it if you need to go get inspired. And just listen to this episode, or at least the back half. I don't know how inspiring Saxy was, but I mean, you never know.
Hey, some people really love saxophone music. And some people need fitness encouragement and just like self-love encouragement. And you know what? Fitness, again, fitness, I know it's a phrase right now, self-care is sexy, but it is self-care. You're taking care of yourself. And a lot of the things that I've experienced with some people is they don't feel like they are worth it enough to do that for themselves. We're so busy doing stuff for other people, focusing on things that will, help us in our career or in our love life or whatever. But you have to think about you as well. You have to think about what makes you happy, what would make you feel better. And sometimes, it's taking a bath. Sometimes, it's putting on one of those face masks. And sometimes it's going out for a walk, going out for just to look at the dogs on the street. That's what I like to do.
That's a good day.
When you go and you're saying hi to so many dogs and you're like, it puts a smile on your face. And then you get home and you're like, I feel so great. It's the same feeling that you get at the end of a yoga class, a really good yoga class, and you feel all blissed out. I get that same feeling from going and hugging dogs.
Now I just want to go give my dog a big hug after this.
Do it.
It's like give him that love,
I want to give your dog a hug.
I mean, I could try to bring him to PodCon, but
I don't think you'll be able to fit him on the plane.
Yeah, Charlotte to Seattle is a far away distance, and I have a feeling that I would have to purchase a seat for him.
Yeah,
and I mean, he would not handle
that's a
that
whole
well.
person.
Yeah, well, yeah, he would not. He'd not do good.
No,
he would do one of two things. He would die, of sheer terror. Or he would just be going up and down, like trying to get love from everyone.
Which would be adorbs.
It would, but boy, would they be tired of it after a while. Because like he's got some major separation anxiety, and woof, like, yeah.
I'm just imagining the flight attendants being like, "Sir, you need to take your seat, sir. The captain has turned on the seatbelt sign."
And he's just like, "No."
Row.
Which I need you to know, the voice I just did, everybody, is the voice that I've given my dog. My wife and I do it constantly, and I will just be, which I feel like is weird, but I think we all do it with our dogs.
Oh, we do.
Like,
with all animals,
yeah,
you give them a voice.
But like, I've learned the voice I've given my dog is almost the voice that I give every dog now. Which is like, I'll just walk up to my dog and I talk to him like he's a freaking human being.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh God, he came in with like mud on his paws or something the other day and like traipsed in. I'm like, what are you doing to me, man? And then I answered myself. And to which his response was, I'm broken. His response was, I don't care. You'll know me. You'll know my life. Yeah, he's a real asshole when I'm controlling what he says. He's really hateful. It's bad, y'all.
But you know he loves you, though.
Well,
no, you don't know. Or does he love your wife more?
So here's the thing. I got this dog. We again talked about this briefly during the break. I got this dog because I lived in an apartment complex where I got jumped a few times. I was like, I'm gonna get me a big dog, and it was a rough go there at the beginning for Steven and Ghost. It was a weird time. He did like bite me real hard once till like blood ran down my arm.
Oh gosh.
It was like the week we got him though.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
Like,
so he's probably really nervous and
yeah, and like I didn't know he had a thing about his paws. So we were looking at his paws to talk about like cutting nails and stuff, and he was not having it.
Oh yeah. And sometimes they move really fast, so you don't
oh yeah.
You don't have time to really react to it.
Yeah, he was a really, really cool dude though. I mean, he's fairly chill usually, but he was not happy about that. But so I had him before we got married for like a year and a half. And that was my dude. Like and then I got married.
Mm-hmm.
And even the 6 months before we got married, when we had moved in together, it was like, man, I see what's happening here. He's jumping ship. Like he's going over to the other side. And now, oh man, yeah, that's her dog now. Like sometimes I'm just like, I kind of want to get another dog just so I have one. But then I'm scared that one would also abandon me. And then I would just be like, well.
So you have abandonment issues.
I do. I do. Yes.
The dog's fine. You have the abandonment issues.
Yeah, maybe I'm the one with the separation anxiety. I don't know. I don't know, y'all.
Well, I think maybe he was just mimicking your love for your wife. Think about that. So he's like, oh, I see he loves her and I should love her too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he loves her more. Anyway.
Oh.
Well, I think we're going to start winding down.
Great.
If you would like to send us a topic for discussion, or you have a mental health check-in, or anything else on your mind, we will remind you again, we are not professionals, clearly. But you can send that to us over at isthisadultingpod@gmail.com. Follow us over on Twitter at @isthisunderscoreadulting. Find us on Facebook. It's the Is This Adulting Best Friends. It's a Facebook group. There's like 700 and something people in there that just want to hang out with you, and they just did a Secret Santa exchange, so there's like a ton of like gifts floating around in there.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, it's a really cool place. I just got mine from my Secret Santa person today. They sent me Legos, and I'm really excited. I'm gonna go build them like tonight before I go to sleep.
That's amazing.
Because that's how I will unwind.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's a cool place. Sometimes it's like, hey, I'm really struggling with this. Or then other times it's like, y'all, look at this dog. There's a lot of dogs in there.
Hey, pictures of dogs and cats are sometimes what gets me through the day.
Yes. Well, Symphony, you should come hang out in there because it's a beautiful place full of animals.
I love it.
Yeah, well, we would like to thank the collection for the use of our theme music, The Borrowers, off their album Ars Moriendi. Symphony, thanks so much for coming on the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
I'm so pumped that we had you here. In fact, you know what? I'm just saying, this is episode 89. Mm-hmm. So it's been a while, but way back when, on episode 16, when we had Hal on, that was a good time. And now you've been on, and this has been a good time. I'm just saying, I'm throwing down the gauntlet, Meg.
Woo!
I'm just saying, and you don't know me from Adam. Like, you're probably just gonna be like, who the fuck is this guy? But I'm throwing down the gauntlet. Like, Hal's been here. He seemed to enjoy it. He enjoyed it enough that he peer pressured Symphony into coming here.
Get the full trifecta.
Right? I got to. And I'm like, plus, like, half the Night Vale people seem to just appear on the show between Jeffrey and Cecil and everybody there. So it's like, come on, man.
We just appear on your internet. In any podcast you want us on, we're there.
That is true. And I would not doubt that y'all have the ability to do that. So I'm just saying, oh God, no, I almost was like, listeners, everyone tweet at Meg Bash. No, I'm not going to. Please don't do that.
No, she'll definitely do it. I'm sure she'd love to.
She'd mute us real fast if we did that, everyone. So, yeah, well, that is going to do it for us here on Is This Adulting this week. I've been your best friend, Steven.
And I'm your best friend, Symphony.
And remember, kids, be happy, stay healthy, and go hug someone. Because you never know. They might have just started a nice, budding, beautiful romance with a sexy saxophone player. And y'all, they're going to need your love. That's all I'm saying. So, that was a weird way to do this, isn't it, y'all? All right, well, I'm going to let Symphony have her evening to herself. So, until tomorrow for the first day of Jingle Time, we will see you later.